Yeah, going full block would work better. Also, not giving them two different topics. It really should have been one topic, the same questions, but at four different levels. So when I was up at the board, especially with the graphing and showing the graphing, they'd all be looking at the same graph. Because one of the things I noticed when I was working with the orange group, the yellow group was trying to pay attention. They hadn't done it. They hadn't done it at all.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, let me just write down what she says. And so I don't totally know if they got it or if they just literally wrote down everything I said.
Yeah.
And the same thing when I switched to the other side, the kids who had done the first assignment, they were just writing down what the other group had. Okay, so this is what y'all did? Okay, got it. So I think if I had done it, where everybody had the same topic, just even if it was at different levels, as I went through it, I could explain as I go through, this is what you guys should have done, which would have been good for everybody else to hear.
Yeah.
Start with the, for lack of a better term, the basic section, and then this is how you guys would layer into it, and you guys would layer into it, and you guys would layer into it. And maybe that would have been better, or at least helpful to everybody. This is the first time I've tried those particular assignments like this,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, this will totally work, or not.
Yeah.
Not. So.
I mean, I definitely think it. I think it was good, and it's also something like obviously, like you reflecting on it, you see the obstacles and some of the issues that came out of the lesson, and I think it's really good, that you recognize like, okay, I can do this a little bit differently to help my students more. I definitely think that that's a good place to be. Also, I did like when you did give the students the graphs afterwards, I just think, when you were modeling it, like you said, it kind of would have been better if they had it instead of just writing down word for word what you were saying. I do think that was really well. But overall, like, I think it went well. And I think, if you just make the changes that you're talking about making, it will kind of take it to the next level and then also help your students even more, especially the ones who, just need either that little extra help or the ones who just need to be pushed further, so they don't get, in both groups, they don't get stagnant.
Yeah.
But I think it was a really good lesson. It went well.
Well, we'll see, because we're going to have to finish it up today, obviously, when they come in. And they had to go home and do part of it completely on their own last night. So now I just have to decide, instead of me just jumping in and saying, all right, here are the answers, maybe what I'll have them do when they come in is, I'll say, I guess I'll ask for questions on either of the things we went over yesterday. When you went home and did the other half, do you have any questions about this? Or just turn to somebody and ask somebody there, and then I may do that with all that before we go over it. Just because part of the reason I want them to do that is to see if they can articulate it to someone.
Yeah.
I always tell myself, if you can explain it to someone, you got it.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can explain it to someone.
Yeah. I do
guess
think kind of the students with each other, I think that would help, just kind of hearing it a different way, because students have a very different way of putting what we teach them. And they kind of put it in a more student-friendly, I mean, we try as best as we can, but at the same time, they might relate it to a different topic that we never thought about. So I think definitely if you're going to have them review it, I think a good first step would be the students, and then you kind of clarifying from there.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that today then, when they come in. See how that goes, and then see what questions they have after that. Because having them do that may bring up questions where both of them are like, okay, I didn't get it either.
Yeah.
None of us.
Yeah, and that might be a good way, like in the future, if you're going to change the levels within the group, like you kind of said, the scaffolding, like group A, group B, group C. Today might also be a good way to kind of judge that and kind of do an assessment of, who got it, who didn't get it, like, who they're almost there, just need to give a little bit extra push. So today might be a good place to observe also, especially if you're going to have them talk to each other. I think it would be really good to have them, for you to walk around with both groups and kind of even just have like a little clipboard or something and just jot down like questions that you hear arise, or like maybe statements even, because sometimes you can learn a lot just from the students' statements.
Okay.
That might help you more kind of frame where to go from there.
I think what I may have them do is I'll tell them they have to sit back in their groups when they come in. All the orange people have to sit together, and all the yellow people. And it was pretty evenly split. And so I may say one yellow pair up with an orange.
Yeah.
Because each of you had a lot of time, well, a lot being relative. Each of you had time to really look at one of the assignments yesterday.
Yeah.
And we went over it. You guys get together because you're going to talk about each of those and make sure that you each are on the same
Yeah.
page. So a yellow and an orange pair up. And I'll try it that way to start with. Because that way, in theory, they should be a little bit more confident in the one that they started yesterday.
Yeah.
They got to ask questions about. We'll see how well that works.
I think you're definitely at a good place, and it'll, you know, as you just kind of reflect and move on, it'll help kind of
Okay,
gauge your
well,
lessons from there.
I'll do that. Now I just have to figure out how to take some of those assignments and actually scaffold them in 4 levels.
Yeah, and you can always ask, you know, the people in your PLC, ask them if they have ideas or, you know, how they would scaffold it, especially like, you know, having maybe an on level or even, you know, a SPED teacher or EL teacher, because they'll look at it from a different angle. Even though it's AP, you know, they might bring in something that you've never thought about before.
Yeah.
So that might be a good resource to check in with.
I'll have to do that.
Okay, well, it's something we can
Alright.
talk about at our next
Our next
observation.
observation. Okay.
Thank you.